good morning once again. At this point, let us now proceed to our second and last reporter for today. May I call Miss Rosas. Thank you. Okay, so good morning everyone. Sana ay hindi pa kayo information overload kasi meron pa tayong isang report. Bago ako magpatuloy sa aking report, gusto ko munang magpalaro o konting motivational activity kung mag-motivate kayo dito. Okay. Ang ating motivational activity ay very classic. Bring me ang ating palaro ngayon. Lahat kayo ay welcome na mag-join. Sige. Ang bring me natin ay may twist. Dapat, kung sino yung unang makapagdala sa akin ng object or ng bagay na hinihingi ko, merong katanungan akong ibibigay. Okay. So, for our first object, bring me curriculum guide. Bilis! Bilisan nyo! Ginto ang aming papremyo. Nasaan? Wala! Pwede sa sanyon! Patingin! Ayan! Curriculum guide! Huwag kang madaya! Bilis! 5, 4, 3, nasaan ang phone nyo? 2, 1, okay? Next item. May utang kayo lahat sa akin, ha? Oo. Wala. Nag-3 to 1 ako. Next. Okay, next item. Kahit anong project. Project. Physical project. Bilis! Project! Bilis! This one? Bilis! Okay, may nanalo na. Dahil ikaw ang nanalo, ano ang idea mo sa... Now, what is the meaning of the acronym OBE?
Outcome-based education.
Very good! Balik mo na to, Ben. Okay, next item. Ano ba gusto nyo? Next item. Meron naman kayo. Okay, next item. Salamin ka ni Johnny. Okay, dahil nanalo si Ate Johnny, ano sa palagay mo ang content ng outcome-based education?
Mga learning outcomes na kung naka-anchor yung mga kunwari mga teaching strategies sa mga learning outcomes.
Yes.
Na
Yes.
Identify.
Very good. So may idea na kayo sa ating report, for today. So, first of all, I am Kenn Rosas, 20 from Tanzabuak, at pwede nyo ito yung aking email, pero kung may katanungan kayo, clarification, pwede nyo akong i-message sa Messenger. So, without further ado, ito ang ating lesson for today, outcome-based education for teacher preparation curriculum. Under siya ng Module 7 Curricular Reforms and Teacher Education. So, our learning outcome, please read at Ms. Parino.
Define what is outcome-based education as this apply to teacher education.
Okay, thank you. Next, Ms. Donna. Mendoza.
Analyze the core principles in outcome-based education.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Iturralde.
Describe how teaching and learning relate to outcome-based education.
Next, Mr. Zara?
Explain how the achieved learning outcomes will be achieved.
Okay, next, Ms. Segundo.
Summarize the prospective teacher's roles and responsibilities in the implementation of the outcome-based education.
Okay, thank you very much. So, okay, mag-proceed na agad tayo sa outcome-based education. Ano nga ba ang outcome-based education? According to W. Spade in 1994, dinefine niya ang OBE as clearly focusing and organizing everything in the educational system around the essential for all the students to do successfully at the end of their learning experiences. Kung makikita ninyo, yung essential dito ay naka-highlight. Itong essential na ito, it encompasses the skills and competency na kailangan ng mga bata or ng mga estudyante para sila ay makasurvive o makapag-perform ng maayos sa outside world or sa pag sila'y naging ng adult. Okay. Yung essential, okay na yun. So when we say educational system, systematic siya. Hindi siya yung basta ito yung mga skills ibibigay lang agad. No. Meron siyang stages or meron siyang step na from basic to complex. Lagi naman ganun ang pattern natin, di ba? From basic na skills, from basic na formula na magagamit nila as foundation for the complex problems or complex situations. So, malinaw po. Okay. Another, OBE starts with a clear picture of what is important for the students to be able to do. Ito ay, kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung ating objective. Inihahain muna natin sa mga estudyante kung ano yung gusto nating ma-achieve nila. Para meron silang proper vision. Kung ano nga ba yung dapat na ma-achieve nila at the end of the lesson or kapag nakagraduate na sila sa course na ito. So next is organizing the curriculum, instruction and assessment to make sure that the learning happens. So evaluation, evaluation ang inatukoy nito. Kailangan meron tayong ano ang tawag nito? May nakikita tayong result or nalalaman natin, nasusukat natin kung ano na nga ba yung para ma-measure natin na meron talagang natututunan yung mga bata. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-jump agad sa next lesson na yung mga bata ay wala pa palang natututunan. Na hindi natin tinest na majority pala ng estudyante ay hindi na-gets yung topic, ay nag-jump ka na agad sa next. So, ang result nun ay poor performance. Next, to define and clarify further, ito yung mga dapat na masagot ito yung mga tanong na dapat na masagot or ma-address ng teacher para siya ay para masabi natin na yung kanyang process ng pagtuturo ay OBE or outcome-based education. So first is, what do we want these students to learn? Unang-una, ito yung next ay, why do we want students to learn these things? How can we best help students to learn these things, and how will you know when the students have learned? Kung mapapansin niyo, itong tatlo na ito ay yung what, why, how of the students, of the teaching and learning process. Kung natatandaan niyo from our previous discussion. Tapos ito namang 4, ito yung assessment. Tatandaan natin na ang assessment ay ang pinaka-crucial part sa outcome-based education. Kasi ito yung magbibigay sa atin ng assurance na yung mga bata ay natuto. Maliwanag po?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next, pabasa. Visitor Alden.
Spade practice that in outcome-based education, all students can learn and succeed, but not all the same time or in the same way.
Okay, thank you very much. So ito yung nasabi Miss Paige na all students can learn and succeed, but not in the same way or in the same time. Kasi yung ating mga students ay diverse. Magkakaiba sila ng pinanggalingan, magkakaiba sila ng learning experience at learning styles. Therefore, kailangan natin i-keep in mind na meron silang capability to learn, pero magkakaiba yung way nila. So, as a teacher or as a future teacher, kailangan natin yung i-address. Okay? Okay po?
Yes
Okay. Successful learning promotes even more successful learning. So, okay, next. Ang inasabi nito ay, for example, si Ate Donna, naka-perfect siya sa exam. Very good. Yung successful learning niya na yon, ang magiging mindset ng kanyang mga kaklase ay wow, kung kaya ni Ate Donna ma-perfect yung exam, edi kaya ko din. Therefore, yung mga kaklase niya ay magpupursige din mag-aral para ma-achieve yung pinaka-successful learning or para tumaas yung kanilang grade kagaya no kay Miss Donna. Maliwanag po?
Yes.
Okay. Schools and teachers control the condition that will determine if the students are successful in school learning. Ang inasabi dito, for example, kung ikaw na estudyante, matututo ka ba ng maayos kung ang eskwelahan mo ay mainit at nasa ilalim lamang ng puno ng nara?
Hindi.
Okay, hindi. So, matututo ka ba ng maayos at maintindihan mo agad ang mga lesson kung ang teacher mo ay incompetent? Hindi rin. So, ibig sabihin lamang yan, yung ating eskwelahan mismo or the classroom itself and the teacher contribute mainly sa learnings ng ating mga estudyante. Good schools and good qualified teachers promote quality students. Next, ito, 4 essential principles in OBE. Kailangan natin take note of this, everyone. First ay clarity of focus. Please read Miss Sarah Jean.
Principle 1. Clarity of focus. A clear focus on what the teacher wants students to learn is the primary principle in OBE.
Okay, thank you. Itong clarity of focus, ito yung ating learning objective. Kung mapapansin nyo, in every report or in every presentations na mga teacher or kahit na mga kaklase nyo lang, laging nauuna ang learning objectives. Yun yung clarity of focus na tinutukoy dito sa OBE. Merong learning objective na ina-present para merong guide yung mga students kung ano nga ba yung dapat nilang matutunan sa loob ng isang lesson. Next, starting backwards. Miss Rogelet.
Principle of deciding backwards. What to achieve at the end of formal schooling is determined at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Itong dalawang ito ay magka-connect. Yung designing backwards at clarity of focus. Pareho siyang natukoy doon sa ating learning objectives. Okay, next. High expectation ni Mr. Cha. High expectation.
Establishing high expectations, challenging standard of performance will encourage students to learn better.
Okay. Thank you very much. Itong high expectation na ito ay ang best example nito ay yung ating DOS policy dito sa PSN. Diba, ang napakataas na expectation sa atin ng mga teacher na para ang ating lowest grade ay DOS. Yun ang pinakang expectation sa atin. Therefore, nag-aaral tayong mabuti para ma-achieve yung expectation na yun. Kasi kung hindi, alam nyo na ang susunod na mangyayari. Okay. Next ay expanded opportunities. In OBE, all students are expected to excel. Hence, equal expanded opportunities should be provided. So kung gusto naman natin mag-excel yung ating mga estudyante, kailangan din natin hasain or i-practice yung kanilang skills or yung kanilang mga talents. Alangan namang tinuruan mo sila kung paano mag-solve ng halimbawa sa calculus, differential equation. Tinuruan mo silang mag-solve sa differential equation, pero hindi ka naman nagbigay ng assignment or hindi ka nag-quiz. So ano pa yung, para saan pa yung nalaman na natuto silang mag-solve noong differential equation na yun kung hindi mo naman siya i-put into practice. Hindi ma-retain ng estudyante yung knowledge kasi hindi siya nagagamit or hindi siya nabibigyang pansin para i-practice ng mabuti. Next ay teaching and learning in OBE. First is Rosales.
Teaching is teaching if the learners learn.
Okay, thank you very much. Ang main goal ng OBE ay for the learners to learn. So masasabi lang natin na ang pagtuturo ay pagtuturo. Basta, masasabi natin na successful ang pagtuturo kapag yung mga bata ay natututo or natuto. At nalalaman natin ito through assessment of learning. Next, learning is measured by its outcome. As the name suggests, outcome-based education, meron tayong mga bagay or yung outcome niya dito ay it's either tangible or performance. Okay, tangible in terms na makakapag-produce sila ng projects, ng mga basta mga tangible objects, basta projects, ganyan, manipulatives, PowerPoint presentation, yan, outcome yan. Also, doon naman sa performance, syempre, yung singing ba, siya ay outcome, di ba? Magaling kumanta. Siya ay nasa performance kasi hindi mo naman makakawakan yung inanagano estudyante. So, next ay Miss Pilaes.
Subjects do not exist in isolation. They are linked to each other.
Okay, thank you very much. Dito sa outcome-based education, yung subject dito ay related sila sa isa't isa. For example, yung mathematics at yung science. Magka-relate sila in terms na sa science, merong math doon sa physics, sa chemistry, mga ganun. At sa mathematics naman, ang science sa mathematics ay yung kanyang systematic way. Merong step na inasunod sa mga formula. So, naiintindihan ko? Naiintindihan? Sure kayo? Yes. Okay. Tips on how teaching learning can be done in OBE. First, Mr. Toralde.
Tips on how teaching learning can be done in OBE. First, teachers must prepare students adequately. Second, teacher must create a positive learning environment. Third, the teacher must use variety of teaching methods.
Okay, thank you very much. Teachers must prepare students adequately. Ibig sabihin, bago tayo mag-jump sa ating topic, dapat ay meron tayong review of the previous one para wala tayong gap. Walang gap na mabubuo doon sa understanding ng students. Next ay positive learning environment. Kailangan, ano bang prepare nyo? Yung teacher na mapasok pa lang sa school ay manginginig na kayo sa takot at kamasungit, mga ganyan. Siyempre, hindi matututo ang mga bata kapag may takot, kapag sobrang takot sila sa teacher. Therefore, si teacher dapat yung kanyang approach ay positive, welcoming, lahat ay chill-chill lang, mga ganyan ba. Next ay must use variety of teaching methods. So as I've mentioned, yung ating mga estudyante ay varied or magkakaiba sila ng learning styles. Therefore, hindi ibig sabihin na yung isang teaching styles or teaching method ay gumana sa ilang estudyante, ayun at yun na lamang yung ating gagamitin. Dapat bilang teacher, we are flexible. We need to know or we need to adapt different teaching methods para ma-cater yung iba't ibang students' learning styles. Next, teachers must provide students with enough opportunities to use the new knowledge and skills that they gain. So, ito ay yung katulad doon sa ating expanded opportunities. Kailangan yung mga skills na tinuro natin sa ating mga estudyante ay napapractice nila. We should give them the opportunity to practice or to showcase their skills para ma-retain or mas ma-enhance yung kanilang skills. Naintindihan po?
Yes po.
Teachers must help students to bring each learning to personal closure that will make them aware of what they learn. So, okay, next ay personal closure. Halimbawa, ina-relate ni teacher yung kanyang topic doon sa kanyang mga estudyante, sa buhay ng kanyang mga estudyante. O kaya naman ay merong inapuri niya yung estudyante kasi nakapag-perform ng maayos. By that, malalaman nung estudyante mismo na meron siyang natutunan, na na-recognize siya nung kanyang teacher kasi nakapag-perform siya nung adequate skills na kailangan. Next. So, ito. Additional key points, yung traditional view at outcome-based education view. Kung dati sa traditional view, ang meron tayo instruction, pure instruction, input and resources, knowledge is transferred by the teacher, teacher dispenses knowledge, teachers and students are independent and in isolation. Dito sa OBE, nagbago siya. Yung dating instruction, naging learning, at yung input at resources, naging learning outcomes. Yung knowledge, dati, sa traditional view, teachers are the giver of knowledge or sila lang yung sources of knowledge. Pero sa OBE, yung knowledge mismo ay nasa mga estudyante na. Ang role na lang ng teacher ay ma-bring out yun or para ma-showcase ng estudyante. Siya yung magiging guide ng students para yung kanyang skills ay mas ma-enhance at ma-showcase niya. Next ay teachers are designer of methods. Ito nga yung inasabi na different teaching and teaching styles na mag-showcase ay mag-cater rather doon sa mga students' learning styles. Next, teacher and students work in teams. Sa OBE kasi, ay child-centered yung kanyang approach. So, yung teacher at yung student ay nag-collaborate para magkaroon or makaproduce ng learnings. Next, assessment of learning outcomes in OBE, Ms. Parino.
Assessment of learning outcomes in OBE. Since in OBE, there is a need first to establish a clear vision of what the students are expected to learn desired learning outcomes. Then assessment becomes an embedded part of the system.
Okay, thank you very much. Ito yung inasabi ko na yung assessment ay pinaka-crucial part ng OBE. Kasi nga, since yung OBE natin ay ay valid, kung meron ba talagang natutunan yung mga estudyante at kung na-achieve yung ating learning outcomes. Next, ito yung mga principle na kailangan meron doon sa paggawa ng ating assessment. Please read Miss Rosales.
Assessment should be guided by the following principles. First, assessment procedure should be valid. Procedure and tools should actually assess what one intends to test. Second, assessment procedure shall be reliable and the results should be consistent. Third, assessment procedure should be fair. Cultural backgrounds and other factors should not influence assessment procedure. And lastly, assessment should reflect the knowledge and skills that are important to the students.
Okay, thank you very much. So sabi dito, procedures should be valid. Dapat yung mga yung ating process sa paggawa at saka yung content ng ating assessment tool ay mag-assess talaga siya doon sa mga skill at competency na inasabi doon sa ating learning outcomes. Next, reliable. Dapat yung, syempre, sa atin naman dito sa education, tayo ay nag-rely at tayo ay sensitive sa mga information. Therefore, dapat yung mga gamitin natin ay reliable, valid, at saka hindi man plagiarized. Next ay procedure should be fair. Fair sa lahat ng estudyante. Like, for example, dito, cultural backgrounds and other factors. So, alam mo naman na may INC sa iyong estudyante, tapos doon sa iyong test ay naglagay ka ng katanungan na ma-atake doon sa kanyang religious background. Hindi pwede yun. That is wrong. Maaaring ma-demoralize, ma-degrade yung iyong estudyante na INC nga. So next ay should reflect the knowledge and skills that are important to the students. So kailangan nga na yung assessment natin ay anchored doon sa ating intended learning outcomes, at yung intended learning outcomes na yun ay nag-contain ng mga important or essential knowledge and skills na kailangan ng ating mga estudyante. Next, Mr. Pizarra.
Assessment should be guided by the principles. Assessment should be tell about the teachers and students how students progressing. Assessment should support every student's opportunity to learn things that are important. Assessment should allow individuality or uniqueness to be demonstrated. Assessment should be comprehensive over a wide range of learning.
Okay. Thank you. Yung assessment should tell both teachers and students how these students are progressing. So dito, sa assessment, siya yung nagsasabi kay teacher kung nag-progress ba or kung may improvement ba yung kanyang mga learners. At also, yung result ng assessment ang magsasabi mismo doon sa estudyante kung nagkaroon siya ng improvement or kung yung kanyang learnings ba ay nadagdagan. Okay, next ay should support every student's opportunity to learn things that are important. So, dito, inasabi kung gaano kahalaga yung assessment sa OBE kasi yung assessment dapat ay siya yung magiging supporter, siya yung magiging batayan ng students kung ano nga ba yung mga importanteng bagay na kailangan niyang matutunan. Next, should allow individuality or uniqueness to be demonstrated. So, as I've said, yung ating mga estudyante ay varied at saka iba-iba. Kailangan dito sa assessment, may ipakita nila kung yung kanilang individuality at yung kanilang pagiging unique. For example, may mga students na, for example, sa BKN, ina-utilize natin ito para maipakita nila yung kanilang unique talent or yung kanilang individuality. Next, assessment should be comprehensive to cover a wide range of learning outcome. For example, sa examination. Di ba ang cover ng examination ay kung ano yung mga diniscuss along the semester. Now, dapat yung ating assessment ay mako-cover lahat yun. Yung mga diniscuss during the semester. Hindi lang makuha doon sa doon sa naunang diniscuss or doon sa panghuling topic. Hindi ganun. Dapat ay makover niya lahat ng diniscuss doon sa buong semester. Kasi ang mahalaga doon ay yung bawat learning outcomes in each and every lesson. Next, ito naman ang responsibility ng learning. Ito ang pinakang inasabi lamang nito ay learners are responsible for their own learning. Ikaw na estudyante, kung gusto mong matuto, nasa sa iyo yun kung mag-aaral ka o hindi. Nasa sa iyo kung magpupursige ka o magpapabayaan mo yung iyong pag-aaral. Ang teacher or ang instructor, nadyan yan para mag-guide sa iyo. Nadyan yan lagi para tulungan ka na makapag-aral. Pero kung ikaw mismo na estudyante ay hindi willing na matuto, walang mangyayari. Okay po? Gets? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, conclusion, please read Miss Ter Palacios.
Conclusion. Outcome-based education emphasizes that learning is its ultimate goal and learners are responsible for their own learnings. Although OBE is child-centered, the teacher's role is still vital for she has to accommodate various types of learners and conforms in their diverse learning styles. In OBE, learning doesn't only come from the teacher but also from the students. Assessment is a vital part of OBE. It is anchored on the learning objectives. Assessment is used to determine whether the desired learning outcomes are achieved or otherwise, and since the focus of OBE is learning, then intervention is highly encouraged if necessary.
Okay, thank you very much. Lastly, ang ating quote, you can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process as long as he lives by Clay P. Bedford. Okay.
Thank you so much to our reporter, Ms. Rosas. Now let us proceed to the evaluation of her report. May I now call the reporter, the evaluator of Ms. Rosas. Please proceed to evaluation. Who is the evaluator of Ms. Rosas? Yes. So, good afternoon. As for your report, for the strength, maayos naman siya. Na-explain mo siya ng maayos and I think nabigyan mo ng justice yung pag-report kasi meron kasi mga topic talaga na parang pag tiningnan mo sobrang dali lang. Tapos kapag explain mo na sa harap ng maraming tao is hindi mo mahanap yung tamang word na gagamitin. And ikaw naman, nagawa mo yun. So, very good. And siguro sa recommendation lang ay yung medyo i-approach mo pa yung mga tagapakinig o yung mga students mo at lumibot ka sa classroom kasi ang atin namang approach lagi ay learner-centered. At saka make use of the blackboard and other materials para mas makuha mo yung interest ng mga estudyante. So yun lang, very good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to our evaluator and thank you also to our two reporters. And now that wraps up our meeting for today. See you next